No injuries to report. It's awkward, but I don't have any. It's awesome. Go ahead.
Kyle, with the touchdown pass from Christian, just when did you come up with that, and can you take us through it?
I mean, it's a play a lot of people do, so it's what makes it work is Christian's so good running on that play. I think we threw one to him in the third quarter where it wasn't a double pass, and I think he got like 10 yards there. So he did a bunch of those against him last time where he got most of his stats. So when you got a runner like that, you feel like they're going to come up aggressively, and so you just felt like you got to try to slow him down.
What'd you think of his throw?
You know what he's capable of, or you wouldn't trade it for him. But when you see it up close doing it for your team, what kind of goes through your mind watching Christian do what he did tonight?
I just like, I mean, I think everyone knows how good of a player he is, so, but I just like how consistent he is and under control in what he does. He's a very smart player, and even though he makes a lot of plays and stuff, but the consistency of how he plays his game and stuff, I feel like was a great guy to have for us.
He's obviously attempted, 3 passes before this in his career. Did you have to see him throw a ball before you put that in the game plan?
I remember Thursday night we were doing the red zone, me yelling down the rooms, just anyone will answer, does anyone know Christian can throw? And then Brian Fleury emailed or sent through text a video of him throwing like a 53-yarder a few years ago. So when I saw that, I felt he could throw, and we were up there in practice the next day, and he did throw good then and threw great today.
What did you think of his footwork and mechanics and spiral on that throw?
There is no footwork on that play. You attack like your runner, so they come up, and then you got to get it up and down before you avoid that guy hitting you. And I always get nervous when I see that ball up because I know the guy's open. And I mean, it's what happened with Debo and Juwan a couple years ago or last year when you get so open. I just wanted to catch it. Juwan bobbled it, so you're never good till you make sure they stand up and you see the refs. So we're pumped.
Kyle, were you laughing when you looked at that and you saw the 50-yard pass on that Thursday night?
No, I wasn't laughing. I was saying, thank goodness. I mean, when you're sitting there on Thursday night, you're trying to find things that can help you call less plays and not have to call 6 of them. You want to find something that hopefully just makes you call one. We knew how good of a runner he was on it, so we were really hoping he was a good thrower. And once we knew that, we were pretty excited.
Did Christian have a reaction when you asked him to do that?
I didn't look. He doesn't have much reaction. He is very businesslike, and anything you do, he seems to or ask him to do, he seems to just get excited and knows he can do it.
On a touchdown catch, Kyle, it looked like kind of a broken play where he scooted up the right sideline. How did the play unfold in your eyes as you were looking at it?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, Jimmy went all the way across the board. Started with a receiver on the left side, I think it was Ray. Went to the right, and we're pulling Christian out just on a wide route to kind of pull coverage, open up other people, and they dropped in all zones, so everyone was sitting there in the middle, and Jimmy was allowed, and it had to have been unbelievable protection. The fact that he was allowed to go all the way across, and the buzzer kind of stepped up on Christian, and he just snuck by the end zone, and those two made a hell of a play, and it's a player you don't think you're going to have time for. So the defense did the O-line did a hell of a job giving time for that off schedule.
What are your impressions
of Jimmy as a whole in the second half and in this game?
He made some big time plays there. It's the one to Dwelly down the sidelines was huge. I thought he was real good on third down. I know Ramsey got his hands on that one where he was a blitzer and then he just stopped, so that one kind of surprised him. For the most part, I thought Jimmy was good with the ball, and he made that huge off-schedule play to get to Dwelly down the sidelines. Made one a Christian. It was a hell of a throw into George and everything.
When you know Debo's going to miss this week fairly early in the week, I assume, how much does that impact? You're going to Christian, we're going to use him like this, and what kind of relief was it to have that as another option?
It didn't really change anything. It was just we were going to do the same stuff to him, and you're going to do the same stuff to Debo, and you just see how it balances out. And I think the hardest thing in the week was just when Juwan not being ready too, just having to change some stuff and switch a bunch of guys around towards the end of the week, which made it a big challenge. And I knew it was kind of an outside chance on Debo, but then when Juwan did it, it was tough on the guys. So the receivers had to change a lot of positions and stuff, which put some pressure on them. But they stepped it up and did a hell of a job.
You guys held them to like 1.5 yards per play in the second half. It was something crazy like that. What do you think clicked at halftime? What was the message at halftime?
There wasn't much message. You come in, you go over your adjustments, and we were right there at the score. What was it at halftime? 14-10, we knew we were getting the ball first. I felt very excited that we scored last. Obviously wanted a touchdown, wanted to work that clock a little bit more, but we were able to score, and then the whole main thing was that they didn't go down and score, so I felt we got a chance to lap them. So that's the thing, you feel the best out coming out. We didn't get that done. Defense stopped them, gave us a second chance, and we did. And I thought the coolest thing, really about the second half was, wasn't much different than the first half. Guys just, there's times in that game where it looks like things could go the wrong way, but no one really wavered. Like the team felt the same at halftime as they did at the beginning, even in the third quarter when I thought we were going to go down and have a pretty good drive, especially that opening run for 15. Thought we should have got a personal foul on it. Then we almost had the pick, went 3 and out, and kind of stopped it a little bit, but the defense went and answered, and the offense got a second chance. And I really felt today, more than anything, like one thing really stuck out in terms of it was offense, defense, or special teams. There's not to me really one player that was above the rest. I really think, really happy and proud of the team today. Like it was all 3 phases, all the players. We needed everybody, and everyone had their part.
Does this come with some relief? 3 and 5, 4 and 4 is the difference going into the bye week with this. Does it feel like maybe a bigger win than most?
Yeah, I'm going into the bye week 3 and 5. Makes it a lot more depressing of a bye week. I'm very well aware of the record, and 4 and 4 feels, it's one game better, but it feels a hell of a lot better than 3 and 5. But you got to be prepared for that either way, and regardless of whether we're 4 and 4, and I've been 5 and 0 and haven't made the playoffs, and been 3 and 6 before and made it, been 3 and 5 and made it. So none of that stuff I try to get too caught up in. It's about getting better throughout injuries, throughout the year. And I feel there's a couple things we've done the last few weeks where I feel that's going the right direction. Offensively, we've had to overcome some injuries on defense. But really to get this win right now, get into the bye, hopefully those guys have earned it. Hopefully they can get healthier, get some guys back, and definitely put ourselves in a much better position to come back and try to make a run at this.
Kyle, does Christian have a quarterback's understanding of the offense? I mean, do you just come right in and you can sort of don't have to shrink the playbook at all after?
No, I mean you don't have to shrink the playbook for many guys. I mean, because it's not like they know what all 11 guys are doing. So you give them the rules, and there's 3 types of runs. There's outside zone, there's inside zone, and there's gap runs. So you learn the track on all that stuff, and if there's a guy who's going to tackle you, you try to avoid that guy. So you can get the runs in fast, but the more you can understand, the better you can get at things. I think when you say quarterback with Christian and stuff like that is just kind of his awareness on the field. And that's what I mean by the consistency of them, and understanding when to do a lot, when to do a little. And I see Cooper Kupp similar to that in how he plays. And I think Debo is very similar to that. So it's great to have guys like that.
I know you've spoken in the past about the fans here in this stadium. What was it like on the sideline today?
Same as usual. I mean, I think they got there a little later. It seemed like everyone did, but there was definitely more red. It only got stronger throughout the game, and it always confuses me a little bit when you're on the road and I don't see a play or something, and then I hear a cheer because I'm always confused what the cheer is for. But you could see as the game started going, it definitely started to feel like we're home.
Kyle,
Last
you
one, Brian.
mentioned you were able to score last in the first half. There was still a minute left. Were you surprised the Rams didn't attack there in that position?
Yeah, it was, but there's so many different reasons for that. I mean, we were expecting them to, and they didn't. And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. You never know what's going to happen. And but because they ended up winning, I was glad they didn't.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
Any posters next?